the industry, someone that the comedy industry considers to be a pro. This weekend we're celebrating Brad Upton's 30 years in comedy. You see what I did there? That's funny. I was at the huge industry party for Brad Upton last night. There were all kinds of comics and headliners and famous people, bookers. And I asked them if they had anything they wanted me to say about Justin Hayes tonight, and they said, "Who?" Oh, that was way funnier than you bitches were thinking. Please welcome an entire panel of very stoned people. Thank God Darren Chase was here to sell us all the fucking weed. Before I bring the guys up, I have to give attention to some of the comedians that are in the crowd tonight that didn't make it up to the stage. Justin Hayes crawled out of my vagina. Brandon Popson. Brandon, I have used as a tampon before. Stand up, Brandon. Where are you? I like to refer to Brandon as my little appetizer. Where are you, Brandon? Pretty good chance Brandon will cry before the end of this. Luckily, we're done making him be the flower person at any of our weddings. So. I said person. Amos Mack is here tonight, minus one finger. Hold it up, what a trooper. Amos called me on the phone last week and he said he didn't know how he was going to tell his kid that he lost a finger. And I said, well, you write a little story. Why Daddy can't count to 10 anymore. Or maybe this little piggy went to the market. Shut up, you guys. Let me finish it. This little piggy went to the ER and he never came home. I told you it's so fucking funny. Now if you could only fucking deliver it like that. We have to add a pussy and a couple motherfuckers to it. Please welcome up here, Fred, Riggs, Chris Brannon, Toby Roberts, Jonas Barnes. Could you guys all come up and sit, and then I'll introduce you one by one. Yeah! Fred Bowski, Jonas Barnes, we call him Riggs, Mr. Aaron Fleck, Morgan Preston, where's Toby Roberts? Toby Roberts, Chris Brannon, the Sonics guy. Big round of applause. Oh shit, where is he? Are we gonna make? And Mike Woolley Walters, who didn't show up tonight, and we all know why. Mike Woolley Walters just announced that he had cancer, and when we found out, all we could say was, whose was it? But you guys are going to have to bear with that. Our first, where am I going to sit? I need a bigger spot. Yeah, I do have something to say. What was your name? It's weird, Toby. I do comedy for a living. I never run into you. Did you hear Jonas laugh? Did you hear Justin laugh on that?
Everybody heard that.
Our first presenter tonight is Jonas Barnes. Jonas, go ahead and wave to these people. Jonas, go ahead and thank these people. They probably paid for you to be here tonight. It's a GoFundMe joke. Jonas doesn't. Jonas, did you just get it? Jonas leads a pretty colorful life. lot. If Jonas dropped 1 pound for every name he dropped on Facebook, he'd be skinny. Oh, where is Justin? Alright, I'll bring Justin up. Justin, you come up and sit in your chair first. Where are you?
Yeah, Brandon.
You want me to sit right here?
Oh boy.
In front of Chris?
Yeah, treat it like the bus in the 60s.
Here.
Right here.
She'll be here all night.
Tommy just said she won't be blocking the way all night. That is not the first fat joke you're going to hear tonight, people. By the way, let me get a few of them out of the way because I just opened for Jeffrey Ross and he roasted me. Susan's into S&M, spaghetti and meatballs. Brad Garrett. I got out here sooner, but I was stuck in Susan's gravitational pull. For the record, the worst fat joke ever is I applied for Jenny Craig online and a screen popped up and it said, "Seek medical attention immediately." Where'd he go? Is he gonna go make somebody pregnant back there? Are you peeing?
Got some test to do.
Oh, your nose. Yeah, I've never seen you on stage without those. That was improv. Where's... Oh, that's a good place for you. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Black guy has to stay over there.
They're showing the Mariners game in widescreen on my ass behind me. That's what it is.
I feel like Franklin in that damn Charles Schultz Thanksgiving special.
It works better than you sentences.
Oh my God, this is going to be the longest night of my life. Jonas Barnes has a colorful girlfriend when she stops in the veggie section of the produce department. It's not for dinner, folks. Are you ready for it? Make some noise for Jonas Barnes.
Really, Susan, you're gonna make fucking fat jokes about me? You look like you smell like gravy. I mean, seriously, if anybody's gonna be able to make a fat crack about her, I think it's gonna be me, okay? Me and her, it's like fighting my own kind. Her fucking blood type is carbohydrate positive. Susan is a roast master. She's done a lot for me, so it's actually hard for me to make fun of her. Susan's known as the mother of comedy. She's known as the comedy mom, which makes sense because she looks like she's about to give birth to 20 new open micers in the corner. Her Spanish name is Chicharron. Okay, I'm not gonna make fun of Susan's weight anymore. This is interesting because I didn't write a whole lot because who the fuck cares, honestly. It's a roast for Justin fucking Hayes. I mean, he's the only guy I know of that's actually funny that has to put the word comedian in front of his fucking name on Facebook. He shouldn't have to remind people, but he does every time you see his fucking name. Riggs is here. Riggs has always been good. I've actually known Riggs for a while. You look like you took Mike's cancer. Fred Bowski's here for no fucking reason. Seriously, dude. I was trying to think. I've worked with Fred twice. He looks like a 12-year-old serial killer. I don't know what the fuck. Morgan's here. Morgan drove me up here. So you guys didn't pay for my way up here. Which is true. I did a GoFundMe for my fucking car because my car is completely dead, and that's how I had to fucking do comedy. But so that's what her crack was about. But Morgan drove me up here. I like Morgan. I've loved Morgan. He's worked with me a lot. Morgan, you fucking have no hair. You're missing a tooth. You're fucking emaciated. You look like a fucking carny at Auschwitz. I can't crack on him aside from his looks. He put his good tooth in tonight, guys, for the show. So Justin should be happy about that. Yeah, it's true. Let's see. Toby's here. I can't crack too much on Toby. I mean, we know each other. We've known each other for a long time, but I don't know anything really personally about him that much. So I can't do a whole lot of cracking on him. I do know that he works at Sturgis every year, which is pretty cool. That's a cool fucking gig, honestly, man. Put your hands together for Toby for working at Sturgis every year. I'm actually really jealous about that gig. He doesn't do it because he's funny. He does it because it's the only place that he can actually blend in looking like a rapist. So it's bikers, yeah. Oh, let's see. Some of these are going to be just for us. That's okay. Some of them are going to bomb. I don't give a shit.
You started so strong.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta know when to say goodnight.
I know. That's not my time, no. So we are here. I could roast Chris, but I don't know really a whole lot about Chris. I mean, he used to work at one of the other failing comedy clubs in Tacoma. The blackest thing about him is his afro, and he has to remind you all the time with that fucking pick in there. He's taking time out of his the rest of his day of reminding everybody that the Sonics are never fucking coming back to be here. Pacific Northwest riding that fucking team's coattails. That's it, dude. And then Justin Hayes, the man of the hour, going to New York. I'm going there too. Put your hands together for Justin. It's his home bar. I'm actually not really going to be that mean to him because, I mean, I'm good friends with Justin. I love Justin. I love booking him. He is a notorious pussy hound in the open mic community. He is. He's impregnated some of them. He's fun. It's true. It's true. Most. Yeah. The problem is that he's never fucked anybody with talent. He has. He's never fucked anybody with talent. That was actually Susan's job. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to let Susan come back up. Justin, I love you, buddy. Can't wait to see you in New York. Fucking rock this, man. Susan, here you go.
Give it up for Jonas Barnes. Are you guys having a good time? For those of you that came in late, this is the first annual Justin Hayes is Leaving. If you're looking for the 6th annual Hennigan is Leaving roast.
Across the street.
Oh, right there. She did it.
That's across the street. That's
Parkinson's painting.
Are you guys having fun? All right. Our next presenter is Fred Bowski. All of us really searched high and low.
And that's what he came up with. No.
Yeah, to find something on Fred. Because he's kind of the nicest guy any of us have ever known. It says a lot that he's put up with Justin Hayes for the last 20 fucking years. Do you know how many wedgies that is? Do you know how many nookies? punched me in the fucking arm. Are you guys' arms sore? Did he hurt you when you were a small child?
We talked about this.
Justin babysat my kid once and I had to get new furniture. You remember that? I fucking broke everything.
Every Pez container you could fit in the house.
I didn't even think you had that on me. Let's get this one out in the open. Fred Bowski was there when I sat in a chair and it broke in front of all of these guys. The sad thing was, with all of them helping, they still didn't get me up. We had to call AAA. And, put your hands together for Mr. Fred Bowski.
I actually really want to thank the crew of Mexicans that cut Susan out of her apartment to get her down here. They are working overtime to fix that hole tonight. So better pay off. Riggs used to own Grid City, and this comedy club everyone went to. He was really cool about the stage time. Now he's into racing. Hopefully he won't run his race car like he does a comedy club. 100 miles into a wall. I'm actually really glad that Jonas's beanie showed up tonight. Listen, Jonas has to come clean. He has cancer. He's been going through chemo for a long time. He's losing his hair. He got ass cancer from getting fucked by Adam Norwest. You cry yourself to sleep at night saying that. That's right on. What are you going to do? Anyways, I have known Justin for a long time, and I met him. People show up and they do comedy for the first time. Sometimes they lie their asses off. They feel like they need a credit. So Justin shows up one night and he says, "Oh yeah, I've done comedy in Arizona. You know, another state. You may have never seen me before." Did great the first night, and they invited him back the second night, and what happened? Ate a bag of dicks in front of everyone.
Good thing you only taped the first night.
Yeah. Cool. The last time Justin the last time when Justin had his kid and he was upset because the last one, he said, "Man, it's fucked up because she had her shots from the clinic. Like, she showed me the paper," and I was like, "Dude, she's not a fucking puppy." He was upset like, "That bitch had her papers, man." But, yeah, you're gonna do great in New York and have a good time. Thanks a lot, everyone. Good night.
Together.
Love him.
Have you noticed that the whiter Chris Brennan's hair gets, the blacker Justin Hayes gets? You fuckers don't know Justin if you don't think that's funny. That's funny. He's the blackest white. He's the white. I don't know how to say that.
Wigger!
He's a wigger.
Fucking wigger!
The important thing is a black person said that, and not me.
He said it with the ER though, I said it with the A.
has offered Chris Brandon a role as the son of Big Bird and the Count. Please welcome Chris Brandon!
Thank you, Susan Jones. I'm not going to do some hack large joke, but let me just say later I'll be asking you to be my girlfriend. So, okay, fine. I thought black guys like fat shit. Okay. Not on board. Fine. Great. It's only downhill from here. You have to realize I've been a manager for 6 years before this gig, so I'm a little sore in the comedy game. But thank you for coming out to the Black Star Pub and Grill. Thank you for coming on out. Or as I like to call it, the Rock and Roll Lounge South. It's amazing, you two were in a pitched battle for customers on the ad. In a pitched battle, and you beat a renovated Sea Galley. Congratulations. At least this place knows how to make use of the space, man. Over there at the Rock and Roll Lounge, they were making money off of 200 square feet, paying for 1,200. Wonder why it folded in 6 months. They actually stopped doing their open mic because of Jamal about 3 months ago. And I think the moral of that story is the Black Star. Sorry, all you clubs look alike to me. I think the moral of that story is Black Star Pub and Grill. Don't have comedy at your fucking club. So I guess you'll be closing around New Year's. I think I could tell it was starting to churn when the sink was the same height as the fucking urinal. That was. I'm like, do I want to wash my hands in something distant? I don't know. Maybe, I guess I do. Okay, good. Let's see. Oh, hey, before we keep this comedy show going, I have something for Justin. I've been to 2 roasts, and neither of those fuckers left. They came back with their tail between their legs. I hope you fucking leave. So what we do each time is we honor them with a traditional banquet dinner. So I fucking parked earlier. I ran across the street, put my life into my own hands, went to the dollar store and bought this fucker. So I know there's no outside food or beverage, but this isn't really food. So could you heat this shit up and give it to Justin so he has something to eat while we're fucking him up there? Thank you, thank you. Let's see. We have some other people on the Diaz tonight. Diaz. Linda? Yeah, I know, Linda, yeah. Linda Diaz. This one for her is a slow night. Holy fuck. Only 10? What the fuck? I can't count either. Okay. Got Morgan Preston. I'm actually surprised Morgan doesn't use his middle name since he looks like a damn psychopath, but that's okay. We got Jonas Barnes. The thing I remember about Jonas is, I remember when he first started using the Facebook before he started begging for money like a little bitch, and when he first started he was married, and every other post was fucking annoying about how he loved his wife and how she was great and how I care about you, honey. This one's forever. This one's forever. And now all of a sudden he thinks he's fucking like Jim Carrey and shit. You know, like, oh, I can leave her by the ditch. I'm doing the Justin Hayes roast tonight. I got me another bitch. Okay. Let's see. I think you said the funniest thing up here, Jonas, so far. You said you were going to New York. How many GoFundMe is that? I'm in Billings. Need money to get to Fargo. That's about $500 in the tank of gas. Let's see, are we doing Mike Wally jokes tonight? I don't know. Okay, good, because none of those other guys did. Good. Where's Mike Wally? There's Mike Wally. You can hit him up, tell him what we said. Let's see. You know, Justin, at least when Mike Wally knocks up a chick, he has the dignity to marry her. The fucker's been married like 7 times, okay? Okay, let's see. He's still actually mad at me because we did this show in Bend one time about, what, 04 or something? And the comedy club actually messed it up, and I was given top billing in the fucking ad in the Bend Tribune. He's never forgiven me for that shit. Okay, not funny to anybody. Amos Mack, another brother comedian, like we don't have enough of them here already tonight. Fucking, yeah, unfortunately he lost his finger, so it's gonna be hard for him to fucking clap, but, I think he did it for the jokes, actually. Fuck, the day he lost his finger on Facebook, he had like 20 jokes on there. And like, you know, I know comics that have knocked chicks up for jokes. Losing a finger, I guess, isn't that bad. But, and you saw Brandon Popson, you saw the little fucking waitress that came scurrying up on the stage earlier, right? Little Brandon Popson? That guy is a libertarian. Yeah, pull your step up by your bootstraps philosophy type of guy. And I'm like, fucker, you cannot be a libertarian if you need a fucking footstool. Because... Yeah, I did. I thought of that as he scurried around. Let's see. Let's see. Fred Bowski's great. Let's see. The thing is, it's going to be harder to see Fred without Justin around, because he's just fucking hard to see. I can't even see him right now. But Fred Bowski reminds me of the toady guy in the Christmas Story. You know, the toady to the bully? Yeah! Hit him in the face, Justin! Hit him in the face! Yeah! Keep it going for my buddy Riggs. I've known Riggs a long time. Actually, Riggs started at the comedy club I used to work at. And then Riggs became a comedy club owner, and, well, you know how that goes. He actually booked me, and amazingly enough, he actually closed the club before I performed. Usually it's the other way around. I fucking close clubs. It's like, well, shit, the receipts weren't enough, we're gone. Let's see. Oh, and the thing is, Jonas, everybody knows in here, the only comic out of Norwest is fucked up on the stage is Riggs. Just for the comics. Just for the comics. Thank you. I don't care. Toby Roberts. I met Toby Roberts at, he used to work at a car dealership. And, yeah, we did a private gig. Fucking Peter Gray had his newspapers, fucking, and people way back there, nobody could read the motherfuckers. And, I was hosting, I did some time, and Mike Augustini headlined. Yeah. And for some reason, after seeing the three of us, Toby thought, fuck, I can do this shit. Let me keep going. So let's see. Also, now that Justin will be gone, Toby did all the black girl, white boy jokes. So that's good. Let's see. Well, that TV dinner ain't gonna cook itself. Come on, is somebody gonna cook this TV dinner so the man of the hour can eat over here? Okay, well, let's see. I gotta have some Justin jokes. Let's see. Justin's the only white guy that considers more a TV credit. Let's see.
99, 2002, 2012.
Doing a great minds think alike there, I'm sorry. Let's see. He also reminds me of Eddie Haskell if Eddie Haskell knocked off Mrs. Cleaver. Good morning, Mrs. Cleaver. Yeah, I know. I fucked it up. Yeah, I know. Knocked up. Yeah. There's a problem with the beaver. I think Eddie wants to talk to him. Let's see.
And you know this man.
I don't like that one.
Let's see. You know what sucks though is who's gonna make fun of the local comedians on the boards now and call them pieces of shit for a guy 6 months in asking a question, a guy 1 year in telling him what's up. Oh, I'm getting the light? Hey, I didn't listen to it when I was manager club. I ain't gonna fucking listen to it now.
He's got roasted by Dublin Micers.
You give a nigga $50 to pay his phone bill, and that's what he does with it. Come on, just sit down there. You know what really sucks though is now that you're gone, the biggest bully in the Seattle comedy scene is going to be Brett Hamill. That's fucked up, man. I know. Brandon Pops, and he actually said earlier he was surprised there weren't more comics here, and I'm like, why? Everybody hates Justin. Let's see. Justin actually is going to be leaving soon, so that means another open mic female will have her kid May 1st. So do the math on that shit. Justin always likes to insult people. He just insults people. He tears down comics. And the best story I have about you, Justin, and I'm still going to say it whether they want me to or not, is we did a Fox keeps all the money type shows. Yeah, when the fucking club was just about to, and you headlined for me, which I appreciated. But it was funny because you did your shit, and then you came back the next day. You came back the open mic. You were picking on the comics. And I had to tell you, the only person I got to complain about was you. They said you weren't funny. And that stopped you. The rest of the night, you shut the fuck up. That's the only time you've ever fucking done that.
I don't believe the
So
story.
just tell him he sucks. All right, I got two more. Justin is a great guy. If you don't believe him, just ask him. He'll tell you. And let's keep it going for Justin Hayes. He's going to New York. He's going to be the only white guy ever killed by stop and frisk. Thank you very much.